So what's going up, guys? I'm just on my way back from the shops at the moment. Now I'm nearly back at home. Yeah, it's a new day, new video. You know what we're getting at. Whoa, you should actually see what I am looking at here. This is something I've never seen before in my life. Have a look at this. Hey, big boy. Sheesh, I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of tarts in this area. Not good. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Backyard Barbecue. Merch is coming soon, just so you all know. So obviously, you must have guessed by now what we're going to be doing today. We're going along the lines of a bit of a tart. So we're going to do a smoked salted caramel apple tart today. Something a bit different. The ingredients are super simple, super easy, just how we like it, you know. So let me just chat you through that now. So what you're going to need to make this tart: some lovely double cream, butter, whatever butter you want to use. This is the only butter I had at the moment. You're going to need 6 Granny Smith apples, some golden syrup, brown sugar, salt, flour, eggs, rolling pin, which is not actually at the moment. So yeah, we're just going to use those simple ingredients. We're going to make our own pastry, roll the pastry out. Obviously make all the ingredients along the way. We're going to smoke the cream for it, so it gets a bit of flavor on it. I've already got the Traeger on running. It's at temperature already, so what we'll do is we'll dive right into it, get the cream out there smoking. So let's head right into it. Right, so what we're wanting to do here is obviously we're going to smoke the cream, so you've got to keep the cream cool while you're actually smoking it. Makes it a bit difficult, but what we do is grab some water. Should be enough. And then obviously the water's going to heat up, so what we're going to do is we're going to pop some ice blocks in there at the same time to cool it off. Then you're going to get another pan, put it inside this pan. Get it quite even across here, so it actually fits in, probably be easier. And then what you're going to do is you're going to slop your double cream straight in there. Just like that. Spot on. Right here, so what you want to have is something like this, along the lines of this. So you've got your ice in there with water, and then your cream sat right on top of it. And just like that, we'll head out to the Traeger and get it into smoke. Right, welcome out. Backyard, barbecued, Traeger on. What we're heading for here is we want the temperature to be around the 82 degrees mark while we are trying to smoke the cream. Obviously you don't want to heat it up too much, keep quite a constant temperature. So this was put up to about 80 to get it going, 85 I think it was. I just dropped it down to 75 because it was about 70, 87. While that temperature is dropping down to the 75 mark, again we're just going to pop this straight into the Traeger now, let it smoke out, probably for about 20 to 30 minutes or so. But while that's going, what we're going to do is pop back inside, start making the crust for the actual pie, and we're going to start doing the salted caramel and get that all boxed off. So by the time this is smoked, get it all together, get the pie in, Bob's your auntie. So again, just opening it all up, and what we'll do is we'll just pop that just in there, can smoke its life away while we pop back inside. Right, so we are back inside. So what we need here now is we need 1.5 cups of brown sugar. So 1.5, we're going to bang straight into the pan, and then another 1/2 cup. Another one. Then what we're going to be adding in is the golden syrup, butter, and the salt. So what we'll add next is the syrup. So we need 1 1/8 of a cup of syrup. So again, people say corn syrup or whatever. Doesn't make a difference in your life, to be fair. Get it to run down. Scoop this out of here. And then we just add the 1/8 of a cup in as well. This might take a while. So last 1/8 of a cup in here now of the actual syrup in. Right, so once we've done that now, we're going to add in the 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt. And then 9 tablespoons of butter. I'm just doing this as a rough measure, but if you guys want to make it a bit more accurate, obviously by all means measure it out accurately. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A little bit more for that one. So that's 9. So now we've got this over a nice low, slow temperature. We're going to get it all melted in, melted down, turned into a nice caramel. You know it's ready when it starts coating the back of your spoon. I'm not going to sit you through the whole process, but when we get closer, I will let you guys have a look at it so you see the final product. But in the interim, what we're going to do is we're going to prep the apples, make the pastry. Rightio, so now we're going to make the pastry. You guys can buy the pastry, make the pastry, whatever you want to do. No one's judging you because no one cares. So you're going to taste it, you're going to eat it, you're going to enjoy it. So at the end of the day, make your pastry, buy your pastry, do whatever you want. But today we're going to make our pastry. So what we're going to be needing for the pastry is obviously some flour, some eggs, some salt, some butter. Mix it in a bowl. Pastry it up. Rub it between your fingertips. All the little tips and trips I'm telling you here. Sometimes don't you just wish you had a little genie that could help you, you know? If I rub this flour, I hope a genie pops out. Whoa! An actual genie?
Yes, an actual genie, big boy. Now, what do you want?
Well, Mr. Genie, I was hoping you could do a pastry for me for a salted apple caramel tart, and I'll give you a piece once it's done. How about that?
Okay, fine. Your wish is granted. Now bugger off.
Well, that genie was impressive. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, he rolled the dough. He's done everything. Look at this. That's a piece of pastry. I love a good genie. I'm just putting that out there. So obviously we've got the cream smoking, the salted caramel taking place, and obviously we're just going to set up the pastry so we've got everything sorted. Right, so what we're going to do now is obviously get the pastry in a tin. Tin, sorted. Put the pastry in here, butter the pan up. Right, so what you want to do is obviously grease your tin up. I normally just use a piece of grease-proof paper and just rub butter around it, butter, spray and cook, whatever you want to put on it, you know, like I said. whatever makes you happy and go to sleep at night, do it that way. And then we're going to get the pastry in the tin. Nice lightweight piece of pastry from the Genie. And then obviously now we are going to get it in the tin. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it in the tin. Make sure it's all coated in there as well. Make sure no holes in the tin either. Right, we are back outside. I'm going to get the cream out of the Traeger now. It's been in here for 20 minutes. That's more than enough smoke in the cream, so that should all be good now. So let's grab them out of here. As you can see, no change in it. Ice block's all melted. So that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. Right, so next step is obviously to get the apples, peel them off, cut them into slices, bob them in the pie pastry. So obviously we've got the pie pastry already all sorted here like that. So that's all done. Obviously next step is to cut the apples, get the apples in there. Obviously we want to take all the skins off the apples. So just like this. Done. Well, that was quick and easy. So all that's left now to do is obviously slice them up. Just get them out here quick. So again, just small little slices like that. We're going to bob them straight into the pie. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop these up quick, and then I'll show you how it is once we pop it in the pie. Right, so apples are chopped, base is all ready to rock and roll. So what we're going to do now is obviously layer the apples into the base, quick and easy. Let's get it going. And one for luck. So you pretty much want it to look like this. So it's pie base, obviously full of apple, and we are just getting the salted caramel up to temperature now. So as soon as that's up to temperature, all sorted, we'll get everything mixed together, get it back in the Traeger. Right, so our caramel is thickened up now. You can see how it's coating on the spoon. So that's perfectly how we want it. So we're just going to let this go a little bit longer, and then we're going to incorporate the smoked cream into this next. So that there's the next step of the way. I've actually turned the heat off now. So it's literally just cooling itself off. And then as soon as it cools down a bit more, we'll add the cream into this here and get it all mixed up. Right here, so we've got our caramel all sorted here. Next step of the way is obviously to get our cream incorporated into it. So this was done with apple pellets. So now we're going to incorporate our cream straight into our salted caramel. So we're just going to add it slowly. Alright, get that in there. So we're back on the heat here, just obviously heating it back up. Just getting that caramel, like as you can see, it looks really good now. What we're going to do now is add this into the pie. Right here, so time's come now to add the actual syrup to the pie. So you're just going to spoon it over here gently. Careful not to pour it on yourself, burn the hell out of you otherwise. Don't put it all in, or else you're going to have a really soggy pie, but just enough to obviously cover up everything. add a bit more here. Perfect. So you want it to look like this now. Looking beautiful. Obviously the next step now is to get this covered up and looking beautiful. So let's get a lid on it. Rightio, so pastry over the top. So obviously make sure there's no little holes in it or anything like that. And then you just want to seal it all off. Rightio, so we've just slapped that all together. So we've got a little pie now. That looks kind of like that. Nothing too fancy. And then what we do now is obviously give it a little egg wash over. So this is just an egg that we whipped up. And you are just going to give it a light dust over your pastry. This just helps it brown out. And obviously you want a nice golden pastry on here. Last but not least is every pie needs a good sprinkling of raw sugar over the top. This is just normal white sugar. So you just want to sprinkle that over. And then you're going to put a light sprinkling of salt as well. Don't go too crazy on the salt, just literally a light sprinkle. Right, we're heading out back to the Traeger. Righto, back out at the Traeger. So what we want now is obviously we want the temperature on the Traeger to be at around the 190 degrees mark. We're going to pop this in for probably 25 minutes now. We're just going to watch it, and then we're going to decrease the temperature down slightly once we put it in for 25 minutes, just so we can get the actual puff pastry to go super crispy. Put it straight in the middle. Shut that down, 25 minutes, we'll see you back in a bit. Rightio, so the pie's now been in for 20 minutes, and I'm going to have a sneak peek, and then we're going to drop the temperature down from the 190 mark all the way down to 160, and then we're going to cook it at 160 for the next 25 minutes. So let's have a quick sneak peek of what this thing's actually doing inside here, because you never know with these random recipes, you know. So let's have a quick peek. Well, yeah, looking pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. So let's drop this temperature down now. So we're gonna drop that down to the, it's a bit windy today, so I'm going to put it at 165. If need be, we'll change it later on anyway. So yeah, let's leave that in there now for the next 25 minutes. We'll pop back out, grab it out, and hopefully enjoy it. Catch you in a bit. We're back outside here. We are on the final leg before we hit our taste test. So it's been in here probably 25-30 minutes now. Starting to look really good. I had a little peep earlier on, but it's time for this bad boy to come out, so let's get it out of here now. Have a look at this. I think that looks good enough to me. So what we're going to do now is take that inside, give it a little taste test once it cools down a little bit, and take it from there. Right, guys, so we're back inside. Time to do a little taste tester on this bad boy. Rightio. So there are some right ways and some wrong ways to do this. I'm definitely doing it the wrong way. So I'm just going to tuck right in. I'm just going to take a scoop out the middle. See what it's all about. It's better than I was expecting, to be honest. Not really a fan of doing desserts in the Traeger, but I thought I had to give it a go anyway. But it is quite tasty. I'll give it all juice. Righto guys, thanks more for watching again. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you on the next one. Make sure you drop a like, hit the subscribe button, put a thumbs up. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers.